right back. The same driver that makes you forward today is going to be the same driver that makes you back. Right? We have two other ports in which ships come alongside, and they would be Hamilton, we're here, Hamilton, our capital, and St. George. Very narrow passages for these ships to navigate. That's why the larger ships arrive here in the dockyard, okay? So we're going to be making stops at Hamilton, St. George. We're going to stop at a beach, the John Smith Beach here, and the lighthouse, Gipsy Lighthouse. We'll leave that till last, okay? Okay, but looking at the island of Bermuda, we're looking at about 25 miles from one end to the other. There's an average width of about 1.5 miles. We have 21 square miles in total, and there are 9 parishes, just like you have counties. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me also begin by saying that following the War of Independence, that's the war that broke out between the UK and the US prior to 1776, the construction of Dockyard began as a shipyard in 1810, when approximately 9,000 convicts were brought into this location to build and construct what you see. These convicts lived on what was known as hulks. Hulks were discontinued ships or vessels that were modified for housing purposes, and they were located right over there to your left, inside of the North Kemper. They worked and lived in very cramped conditions on board these hulks. Unfortunately, there was approximately 2,000 of them that died of yellow fever caused by the mosquito, and this occurred between 1816 and 1863. Many of them were buried in strategic locations around the island of Bermuda. Now, up ahead of us, we have another bridge, which is known as the Watford Bridge, and this is a bridge that was completed back in 1982 using galvanized steel. It replaces the old Watford Bridge that you can see some of the remains just off to the left here. And that was a bridge that used to swing. And even whilst we're on top of this bridge, if you gaze out to the right side of the bus, you'll see some pink buildings in the distance, palm trees. That happens to be a hotel known as the Cambridge Beaches. Very lovely hotel. So just keep in mind, guys, that when you do go into the stores to purchase something, the price of the item and the taxes is all together. It's all one. Okay, it's not separated like it is in the U.S. And here to the right, we have the cenotaph here, where the flags are flying. They built that in 1920 with Bermuda limestone. It replicates the one that is located in Whitehall, England. So each Remembrance Day, government officials will lay a wreath there in memory of those that gave their lives for us. We're moving right down the front street now, ladies and gentlemen, moving right down the front street. any cruise ships that may enter this Hamilton will berth here to your left. Just the small ships, very small ships. There's a bank here to your right, the Bank of N.T. Butterfield and Son. Been around since 1858. That's the mother bank. Cuban cigars can be purchased right there, across the street to your right, at the Chatham House, on the corner there. Bermuda shorts, like what I'm wearing right now, guys. You can purchase those at the English Sports Shop. That's the brick color building here to your right. You'll also find the Marks and Spencer as well. So we're going to stop up ahead here, guys. We're going to stop for a 30-minute break. 30-minute break. Right here.
Beautiful. Triangle picture.
Where's your triangle picture?
Okay, we're moving right up the Queen Street here, ladies and gentlemen. We're passing by the flying colors. Some of you nipped inside there. We also have here to your left the P-Rod Post Office. This is Bermuda's oldest post office. The P-Rod Post Office here to your left. That dates back to 1848, where Mr. William P-Rod sold the first penny stamp right at that location. If anybody has any of them, they're valuable today. They could be in excess of $200,000 each. You have the National Library over here at the back end here to your left. You also have the KFC here to your left. This is the only outside fast food franchise in Bermuda. They've been fortunate enough to have been grandfathered in. There has been much express interest in all of the others, the McDonald's, the Burger King, the Starbucks, the Chick-fil-A's and all the likes, but the Bermuda government has actually told the people of Bermuda that we shouldn't have these foods in Bermuda because it's not good for you.
Yes.
But when they take their grandchildren to the United States of America, where do you think they take them?
To Mickey D's.
Straight to Mickey D's. You better believe it. Politics.
Yep.
We also have a mayor in Hamilton. His name is Mr. Charles Gusley. Okay, and that's his office right over there to the left. The large white building, beautiful building, built back in 1959. the National Gallery there. It's a Society for Arts. There's a theater there for theatrical events and so on. And we have the Washington Mall here to your right. Shopping mall. Now the Hubert Sparky Lipen bus terminal is here to your left. This right here is where all the buses are dispersed throughout the island. Okay, the minimum fare is $3.50, maximum fare $5. If you have any of the bus passes, that would be a great advantage, because that way you can use them not only for the bus but the ferry as well. Now here we have a church to your left. This is the Church of the Most Holy Trinity. This is a church that was completed back in 1884. But once it was completed, arson took place. And therefore, it did not officially open until 1911. It can hold about 1,000 people. Much of the materials, like the copper roofing, the stained glass windows, and interior decorations was actually brought into Bermuda from Europe. This is where I was married, guys. Tomorrow, 38 years. I was married right here.
Congratulations.
38 years.
Yay.
This was the church right here. Yeah, that was the church.
Beautiful church.
Yeah, it was beautiful on the inside. Oh, gracious, it's gorgeous inside. Now we have the post office here to your right, the general post office. This is where you will have to come, your parcels and etc. And there's also the House of Assembly here, across the road to the right there, up on the hill there. Buff color building with the terracotta trim. That's where our laws are made, upstairs. There are 36 members in our House of Assembly, divided up into two parties, the Progressive Labour Party, the ruling party, and the One Bermuda Alliance, the opposition. Our parliament began in 1620. We also hold the third oldest parliament in the Western Hemisphere, next to Iceland and the Republic of Ireland. As there were Whigs in England, there were the Whigs in there as well. Downstairs is a Supreme Court. Why do you just go over? The world may never know. There's a magistrate's court here. Like we see the marble finish. Or that marble finish. As we make our way through the Church Street East, there are some car dealerships along the way here, such as the Toyota to your right. We have to our left the Kia. And then to the right again, the Ultimate Motors, where they sell the BMWs and all these sporty cars that are highly priced. So they're very small in size, nothing in comparison to what you are accustomed. I realize that. The Hamilton Fire Station headquarters is here. Very, very expensive homes. They could run in excess of $2 million plus.